Look, looking at my finger.
What you done to yourself?
I don't know. I've got a finger pluck. That happens now and again. Sometimes I get plucks in my fingers. I don't know if I've banged it somewhere or something. Look.
It's a fun word, the pluck. Show the pluck to the camera.
I've got plucked fingers. Finger plucks. I used to be bad actor as a kid. That's probably one of the reasons I'm fucked up and done comedy, because I was like, please love me. I've got finger plucks. Look, fucking, I've got 3 fingers with plucks on them. What is that? What's going on? Well, there's one that's, I don't know. Anyway, we're starting.
I mean, we're on. That could be the start.
Oh, is that started, is it?
This episode can be called Finger Plucks.
So if anybody's suffering with finger plucks, get help. Phone the finger pluck hotline on 0800.
If there's any finger pluck like cream companies out there,
Aye.
sponsor us.
Sponsor us, because look at the state of my fingers. Right,
Do an episode for you called The Pluck It List.
Oh no!
Oh dear!
No!
See, this is the kind of thing you need to get out of me.
Aye,
I'm doing your course.
If you're going to do a stand-up comedy workshop, you like to stop that shit.
I'm going to come up stage and do that. You'll be like, get fucking out.
Get your puns and get the fuck back. So do we clap first? Do we clap?
The clapping, I mean, we don't actually need to. I found a thing here that means it just matches it up.
All right. So kind of I started it.
So we're on.
It probably is. Sometimes it's good to have it just random.
I like how you flow into a random bit of a conversation. Sometimes about plucks. Speaking of random conversations, did I tell you I met an Irish witch in Gran Canaria?
An Irish witch?
Aye.
All right.
We were at an Irish bar. It was like
an Irish bar? I've never heard of an Irish bar anywhere in the world before. You don't get them anywhere.
They normally keep themselves to Ireland, don't they?
You never
put themselves everywhere.
I think if you went to Mars, I think if Elon Musk eventually gets to Mars, there'll be anomalies.
Already there waiting on us.
Would you like a pint of Guinness, Mr. Musk?
So this night I'd had many a pint of Guinness.
Right.
I think we'd probably been drinking all day. Been out for dinner, drinking a bit more, and we went to this wee Irish bar.
What's the name of it?
Shenanigans.
I was just curious.
Shout out to Shenanigans and Playa de Lingles.
Right.
So we went there. They were doing like a pub quiz and stuff, and then there was karaoke. We'd been to this pub a few nights before, but we weren't drunk enough to bother with the karaoke.
Oh, you've got a couple of musicians like you, and you didn't do the karaoke?
No, because we don't like to embarrass folk.
Aye, because you're all shite. You need.
Aye.
I hate going to a karaoke. There's actual good singers there.
Well, because we did get up and sing this night, and we were speaking to somebody after, an Irish guy, funnily enough, and he was like, "Are you singers? Are you professional singers?" I was like, "Well, we do gig in Glasgow." And he was like, "Oh, I kind of figured." So we were just leaving. We'd sang a couple of songs. And so we were up singing, and I handed my phone to record, to get the DJ guy to like film us, so I could like send a wee video to my gran, say, we're doing karaoke. It was like one of her favourite songs. So he filmed us for a wee bit, but he was kind of side on, and then there was a woman sitting in the front. She was like, I'll do it for the front. So he handed it over to her. And then she was like, that was brilliant. And that was us. We were leaving. I went to the toilet outside, and she went to another toilet, and then we were just leaving, and this the Irish couple came up to us, and you know that way on holiday you get chatting, where are you from? Big chat about that. I'm trying to explain on for a place called Cumbernauld. It's just outside Glasgow.
It's like the Las Vegas of Scotland, isn't it?
No, you could say that. And then she was like, oh, I knew somebody from Stirling. And I was like, quite near Stirling. And she was like, have you heard of the Battle of Bannockburn? I was like, I've heard of it. I went, I've heard of it. And she went, let me get my husband, tell him all about it. I was like, I've just said I've heard of it. I'm not a history teacher. So
I don't know much about it. There was a big fight.
She went and grabbed her husband. I had to explain stuff to him. So I'm sitting talking to him. She goes and talks to Ainsley. And I can't hear the conversation because I'm sitting talking to this guy. We finally escaped from the conversation. We're all steaming, wanting our beds. I think it's the night before the last night we were there. We went away. That's recorded.
That should be like a... That'll pick that up, will it?
Well, we'll see in the edit.
I'll see in the edit. I just farted if that's what you want to know. Sorry about that.
Apparently the story I'm telling isn't worthy of a big fart.
No, I just happened.
So we finally escaped this daft conversation with these Irish people. And I'm sitting telling Ainsley on the walk back to the hotel. I'm like, this guy, the wife said go and tell him about the Battle of Bannockburn. I didn't know anything about it, but I was chatting away to him.
You just guessing and just bullshitting about it.
I didn't even bother trying. I was like, your wife just asked me to tell you about the Battle of Bannockburn, but all I can tell you is I live a few miles away from where it was.
There was a big fight there, like a long time
anyway,
ago.
Ainsley goes, well, the conversation I had went a bit different. So this woman had gone over to Ainsley while I'm talking to him and said, are you two married? She said no. And she went, I can tell. All right, okay.
All right. Fucking back off, you spooky bitch.
It was very much one of those. And she goes, I've got a feeling about you two. I don't know how good my accent is. I do apologise if this is racially insensitive.
Is this racist, is it?
But I'm a quarter Irish, to be fair. Does that make it okay? My grand's Irish.
I don't know.
Well, that was a whole other conversation. My grand's
So
Irish.
I'm like great grandparents were Irish.
All right. So
I'm
you're an
over
eighth, or were they both? Who knows?
I'm not sure. Like I think so. My great grandparents, my dad's side, I think. So I don't know what that means. They were O'Briens, obviously. So that's big Irish name in it. So
Anyway, so this woman said to Ainsley about me. She goes, what was she said? She gave her like a reading, but she was like, what was it? The word? She was like, I can feel
tarot reading.
Not a tarot, but it's like she just said, oh, I've got this feeling. And she was like, he's going to propose to you in a year and a half.
Fucking hell, man.
And
so what date is it? This is November the
23rd.
23rd. So I'll put that in the diary, see what happens.
So she said, she goes, he's going to propose in a year and a half, but there's something you don't know. Another man is going to come after you, and he's going to be a rich man.
Fuck.
So I'm going to be battling with some rich guy for Ainsley. But then she said, he's going to be a rich man, but he wouldn't know his arse from his elbow. So he's a daft rich man.
Aye.
And she did say it's going to work out between us, but apparently after I propose in a year and a half, this guy's going to come into her life and apparently try and like woo her.
Cunt, man.
Aye.
Who is he?
Oh, wait, we never got that kind of detail, funnily enough.
Aye, so tell him who this cunt is, we'll sort him out.
So we'll find out. So
anybody you know...
Maybe we'll go back over. We could get the Irish witch on as a podcast.
That'd be good, aye.
In fact, Ainsley said to me last night she's got a witchy friend that does like tarot readings and stuff.
Right.
And because we were kind of talking about people we could get on as guests, and she suggested this witchy girl she knows. So one day we'll get a witch on for you.
See, it's because it's called the fuck it list. That's good. It's like sometimes like have like somebody just get somebody random. We'll have like Billy Connolly one week, and then we'll have some witch for Cumbernauld the next week.
Aye.
I'd love to have Billy Connolly on. Glenn Michael. Remember him?
Oh, we're getting out of my
my
generation again.
Like cartoon cavalcade in the 80s. Glenn Michael, still alive. I think he's about 90 odd now.
Aye.
So is this?
So that was my wee, just my wee anecdote to kick off.
So if anybody knows that witch, tell it. Find out who this rich bastard is, and we'll sort him out.
Aye.
So this is this episode 5 now?
I think so.
Aye, fucking hell.
Now, what's that one called? Quintilogy.
Fucking hell, aye. We'll
gonna
need to
do
stop
this for
after
every
that because we can't do it. We'll need to Google or the
what's this? A sexology? That's good.
septic.
That would be 7.
A septic allergy.
Oh, that sounds like you should go to the doctor.
I've got a septic allergy, please, doctor. So I've been, I don't know, maybe that's my fingers, maybe that's what that is. My finger
Septic
plugs.
allergy.
So episode 5, innit? And eventually we'll get guests on. We're still kind of finding our feet with this. So episode 5, yesterday we done Chris's fuck it list.
Yep.
Right, and you done one today, didn't you?
I went to the gym today, yeah.
So is that because of the fuck it list you just decided to go? Or
partially, aye. Like, obviously, I'd spoke about it yesterday when we were doing I'd said I kind of want to start focusing on my health and fitness and stuff again.
Aye.
So part of it's because that was kind of on my mind. Another part of it's, again, probably just because I've got a bit more free time than normal this week.
Aye.
But, felt good.
That's good because
I don't feel good now. I can struggle into bloody type. But, yeah, I feel better for
But that's just one small wee step, innit?
Yeah.
And then I was watching a thing on YouTube today, I can't remember who it was, and they were saying like you can break things down into the tiniest step.
Yeah.
Let's see, like sometimes I've struggled to tidy my flat up. Ever like that? Or is Ainsley quite tidy?
If she's tidy, I'm not.
Are you a mess?
Like, so we've got like my kind of office room. Got a desk.
Man cave.
A man cave, aye. That's where, like, my desk, I play my Xbox, I've got guitars, mum recording stuff. And I do some work there sometimes.
Aye.
But behind it is the bed just scattered with all my clothes and shit. So I actually said to Ainsley at the beginning of this week, she was like, what are you doing this week while you're still off? And I was like, I'm doing some podcasts and whatever. And I was like, and I'm going to tidy that room. It's on my list.
Aye.
I mean, it's Friday the morning, I've still not touched it. But
so what I found though, mate, because that is something I struggle with. I'm quite messy. And I stay myself, nobody ever sees it. I have wee kind of sad music. And so tidying up's hard. But I was reading it today, and somebody was saying people struggle to tidy the room because they see the big problem.
Yeah.
So they see the whole house, like fucking hell, man. So they see this big whole thing. But it says what you do is you just pick one thing, pick up one bit of shit, one bit of rubbish,
Yeah.
put it in a bin and give that as your task. So I done it today and I picked up like a bottle. Because my house was a bit of a mess. I picked up a bottle and I put it in the bin. And that was all I was planning to do. But because I done that was easy. I just picked up another one.
Aye.
And I done a wee bit, only for half an hour's worth. It was a wee bit tidier. It was dead easy because I only focused on doing the one.
Just one wee bit at a time rather
So
than.
see if you think the big thing, oh fucking hell, this whole house shit. You kind of go, it's overwhelming. So you just pick a wee bit and then eventually go, oh shit, I've actually done half of it.
Aye. You can apply that to everything in life, innit?
Aye.
Like you're saying, you know, your big goal at the moment, for example, is like you're booking your solo shows to sell tickets for that.
Aye.
That sounds like a big task in itself, but if you narrow the steps of that down into simpler wee things
like doing this, so that a simple step is doing this one podcast today.
Yep.
Which is part of 5 podcasts for already. The other one might build up an audience for us, and you know, and even like a simple thing like 5 minutes doing a TikTok video, which might go viral, it might not. But if I do one per day, it builds up a week because I've done one per day the last week or so,
Right.
and I've added a few extra followers on, not loads.
But one of them might be somebody that could book a belter of a gig for you.
Aye. So there's a cumulative effect. Is that the word? That's the word I tried to
We were
think
looking
of
for that
yesterday.
yesterday.
What did I say? Cumulative. I couldn't see it. Come down with me. So the cumulative effect. It's just wee simple things. And I think I've always bothered with that. I've always had these big pictures. I want this big thing.
I'm just going to ping this cable over because I can foresee that iron brew going.
All right,
flying.
okay.
Sorry.
So you have big pictures, but then you focus on doing the wee things.
Yeah.
You actually enjoy. So you learn to enjoy the wee steps.
Aye, and then you still get the feeling at the end of it once you've completed the bigger task.
Aye, because this is a small task doing this podcast, but it's actually quite enjoyable, isn't it?
I wouldn't call it a task.
Exactly. So it's like aye. So it's a small stepping stone, a small.
Aye.
So you call it a task, but aye. So you see tasks as bad things,
Well, it's got a sort of negative connotation to the word, innit? Like,
Right,
oh,
so-
that was a task.
right? So what would you call it then?
What is in what we're doing now?
Aye,
A pleasure.
a pleasure. Right. So it's aye because it's like a step. You know what I mean? I don't. It's because I try
Well,
to
the definition of task is like just a thing to do,
Aye,
which I guess that is what we're doing. But
Aye.
there's just that connotation to calling something a task. It's
Aye.
like saying, "Oh, that was a shift."
So maybe that's part of overcoming doing things that you don't like doing that you need to do.
Like going to the gym.
Like going to the gym. So it's not a task. It's a because there's a thing where there's like monks and that, and there's kind of people they learn to enjoy everything they're doing.
Mhm.
Like they learn to be in the moment. Like do you ever get in that flow state when you're singing music? You get in that kind of.
Aye, like I know that way. If you're playing, whether it's just a song or a whole gig, like sometimes I'll come off playing a gig for like 45 minutes and
Aye.
I'm like just started. I don't actually remember doing that. But
Aye. When you've had a cracker.
aye,
I get that, and on you kind of go, what? You can come off and go, fucking hell, that was good, but you don't remember it.
Aye.
That's because you're not thinking about it. So I think the secret is to try and get that state more when you're just doing normal things.
Mhm.
Like, just even if you need to go to work, because I know you need to work at the moment, because
Yeah.
because you need to pay your bills and that, but if you actually start enjoying that, the way you enjoy it, it takes the pressure off a wee bit.
aye. No, I get what you mean.
So that's something. It's becoming quite philosophical. This podcast. I couldn't even remember what it was called. The workshop, the task. What's this called? This thing we're doing. Aye. So I think that's important, just to enjoy normal things, even when you're out walking to the shop. It's a thing you're doing.
Yeah.
You're living in the moment. Don't know. Right. so the day you went to the gym for an hour.
Probably over that. I did about 45. No, near enough an hour of weights, and then I did like 15 minutes of cardio.
That's
So,
all right. That's not bad. And what about you said you were going to book a gig? Have you made any progress with that?
not in terms of booking, but I did actually sit today for the first time in quite a long time
Aye.
for about an hour and play guitar and started working on like a couple of new songs that I want to learn to play at the gig that I've not yet booked. But
There you go. That's a small
a step in the direction,
That's a small progress, isn't it?
yeah,
A small task and a small stepping stone.
yep.
We need to think of another word. Task,
A small step for man.
action.
Action. Aye.
A small action. Aye.
We're going to have all sorts of... I can't even think of the word that I'm trying to think of now.
Aye.
This is our first nighttime podcast. So
it's a nighttime podcast. You know what I think's important as well, right? I think there's this idea where people I'll be happy when I get this goal.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so say I'll be happy when I'm selling out loads of theatres.
Yeah.
And then you forget to actually enjoy all the wee gigs.
We said that a couple of episodes ago about working towards a goal and not bothering to sort of soak in and enjoy the journey on the way to it.
Aye. So you're actually enjoying this podcast, enjoying doing the videos, enjoying like going to the gym. Are you enjoying playing your music that last night, practicing it? So you're actually getting to do something you love while you're getting to something you want.
Aye.
But the goal's just the goal becomes just like a direction you're going in, but it's the path you're actually going on. It's like going on holiday. I love being on the plane.
Aye.
I love the flight. I love the height. I love being in the airport. I love getting a beer in the airport. I love waiting in the plane. I love that. Well, you get that slightly anticipation taking off. When you first take off, it's quite scary.
I always get
that wee kind of, but it's just going. Oh,
I'm not a nervous flyer at all, right? But see, taking off when you're flying along that runway, I always just sit and think, what if it doesn't go up? What if we just keep driving forward and then end up like going through a motorway?
I know. Fuck, I know. And I don't like that bit. See when it kind of when you actually take off the ground, you feel kind of weightless a wee bit, don't you?
It kind of forces you into your seat a wee bit.
Aye, you feel a wee bit weightless, and you feel as if you're kind of not quite struggling to go up. You're like, oh fuck, this thing's going to drop. That's that drappy.
I like that bit.
I don't, but then.
But I mean, do you like roller coasters and stuff?
I'm no bad with them, but once you're up past a certain point, you're kind of, you feel kind of like a plateau again. You're all right, but that wee bit at the start, I don't get dead. I'm not terrified or anything. I get a wee bit, just slightly. But once I'm up, I enjoy it, and I enjoy just sitting there in the plane, looking at the window, and I love a windy seat.
I had a windy seat. We treated ourselves to the extra legroom seats when we were going, and it was the very front ones of the plane.
Aye, was that like you, the fire exit people?
Aye, so they sat down and they were like, just to let you know if there needs to be an emergency evacuation, are you okay to help?
Aye.
And I'm like, I'll be steaming. What?
But see when that happens, though, do you ever get these now? You get these mad intrusive thoughts.
I had intrusive
thoughts. Open the window! Open the door!
Aye, because I was sitting, like, the door was right there. There's a big, massive lever with a big thing that says open, and I'm like, I could.
I know, I could do that. You gotta just go, see everybody getting sucked to the plane.
Like, I enjoyed having the extra legroom, but where we were in the plane, it was like everyone kept gathering to queue for the toilet.
Aye.
At that bit, and there was a lot of people, like, there was a wee girl actually that was going to the toilet. Like, her mum went in first.
Aye.
Came out, and the wee girl was like, she was crying and that. So I don't want to go in myself, Mum. Can you come in? And how can I put this? Her mum wouldn't have fitted in with her. She barely fit in on her own.
What you're saying is that her mum was a big fat bastard.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Aye, she was
trying to build politically correct.
A hefty unit is what we'll say. But she eventually, the wee girl went in and came back out. Right, she was still crying because she was. I don't know if it was just the noise. I know it's like loud when you flush and all that. And then so the wee cart with all the drinks and all that was like kind of just a few rows back.
Has she drank all yet?
No, but she started walking up to her seat, not thinking there's a big thing, and she just got to the back of the cart with the flight attendants, and she just screamed again, and she was like, "I need past!" And
the kid?
Aye, just like she'd been screaming up at the toilet, calmed down a wee bit, got to this, and screamed, "I need past!" Now me and Ainsley, we hate Waynes, right?
Aye.
No intention to have them. We like laughing at them. We had an adults only hotel for that very reason.
Oh, aye. See, I like kids. I know what you mean. Sometimes you get a kid screaming, you're like, shut the fuck up, man.
So like through this whole ordeal, I sat most of the flight just sitting with my headphones in, watching podcasts or whatever. But I'd like paused it and took my headphones out to watch this whole ordeal with this wee girl screaming, "I need past!" as if like, what's going to happen?
I know, what am I going to do? Yeah, shut up, you wee dick.
Aye, that was a lot of our.
So was that, were you tempted just to grab her and open that fire exit and fuck her out? Get fucked, aye.
I've got a picture actually. Would it be not of the Wayne? I don't take pictures of Wayne.
Oh no, that'd be a big treat. I've got a
picture.
The
Wayne's more right. They were on the same flight coming back, and they were all queuing up to go to the toilet. And this massive woman stood in front of Ainsley. You know that way, like she was still wearing her shorts, but because we were like getting close to Glasgow, she'd put a big furry jacket on.
Aye.
And she was standing like her arse was like here in front of Ainsley.
Aye, shit.
And I've got a picture of her standing, and she was like picking her shorts out her arse, right in Ainsley's face. She had a big.
Is she single?
No, she had the Dwayne's dad was there as well.
All
but,
right.
very interesting. And her jacket had a big questionable white stain up the back and all sorts. I've got a picture. Do you know what? I'm going to put it on the screen right now.
No, don't do that, man. That's
It's for the back.
I know, but I know. You're the editor, man. I'm not getting involved. You can cancel my comedy career with this shit. They talk about that, right? Did you see I don't usually do topical shit, right? Because I'm not into it. But there was a clip of Cliff Richard. Did you see that clip?
Oh, I didn't watch the clip. I saw. I just saw the article this morning mentioning something about it, but I didn't click on it. I didn't bother. But I saw something about it.
And I've always thought he was a bit of a dick, Cliff Richard. He must be about 80, and he must have had fucking work done, man, right? And he was saying, like, they were asking him, and like they were on Go Swimming or something.
It was this morning.
This morning or something like that. And they were saying, did you ever meet Elvis? Because Elvis could have inspired him and all that.
Right.
And they went, well, I could have met Elvis. I got a chance to meet Elvis because one of his managers or something knew him. But so you had a chance to meet him. But then Cliff Richard, and this is, well, I thought he was a dick anyway, but this when I thought, fuck you, Cliff Richard, man, go and fuck yourself. You definitely are a pedo now. And he went, I got the chance to meet Elvis.
To eat Elvis?
Aye, I ate him, but I didn't want to because he'd put on a lot of weight.
Very good, Cliff.
So Cliff Richard says he had a chance to meet Elvis, but he thought, nah, he's a bit fatter now. I'll wait until he loses a bit of weight and then I'll meet him. And then he died quite long after that.
It's
now,
not
what a fucking...
It's not on, Cliff.
No, so fuck you, Cliff Richard. Cliff, if you're watching this, he'll not be watching this, will he?
He's probably dead.
I might be dead by now because this is November.
Any day now. Well, he's going to come out. He's got one last Christmas to come out and sing Mistletoe and Wine, and then I think he'll knock it.
No, he's not healthy enough, but that's horrible, man. He just comes that. I thought I didn't.
Was he like trying to be funny, or was he being serious?
No. So basically, they said, "Did you get a chance to meet Elvis?" Because sometimes, if you met like a celebrity like that, you go, "Oh, did you meet Elvis?"
Aye.
If you met like Tom Jones or something like that, you go, "Oh, what was Elvis like?" You'd ask them that kind of question, didn't you? And Cliff Richards, I didn't meet him because he was a fat bastard. You know, it was like that. Do you want to meet Elvis? Nah, he's a bit fat. Tell me, go on a treadmill for 6 months and I'll maybe have a beer with him.
There you go. Cliff is on the official GIMP list of the podcast.
Cunt, man.
Dearie me.
So Cliff Richard can go and fuck himself. So
that's the message.
Aye, so that's me. That's the first bit of used stuff I've ever done.
A bit of topicalness.
I've never done topical
if we get any more, if we have a lull in the podcast, maybe we'll bring up some topical stuff.
So today, what did we say we were going to do my fuck it list?
That's the plan. Well, we were going to do both yesterday, and then mine took an hour and a half.
You took ages, didn't you? Aye. Which is good though, because it means that you're actually going to go through them.
Aye.
Have you wrote them all down on a bit of paper?
Not on paper yet. I've got them here, but I will do it.
Get a notebook. So I was thinking, right, because this podcast, we're kind of working out quite well now. I think we're getting.
I've got a decent wee format coming.
But I think now, like you've got podcasts that have got merchandise and stuff,
like hoodies and mugs and
all that kind of shit. So once we get going a bit and we have a Patreon and stuff like that, I think if we get like notebooks, the fuck it list notebooks.
Oh, I like
so
that.
So just thought of this today. I thought of this when I was out running.
Right.
So I got a lot of ideas when I'm out running.
Yeah.
And I thought if you got like a fuck it list notebook, so you'll get them and it maybe have some kind of writing on it as well, kind of few pages of writing, but then it's just a notebook.
I think the first few pages of it could be like a wee sort of synopsis of
what it's about,
what your idea of the fuck it list is, and sort of a rough guide of what they should do.
So it's just a book, so that people have actually got a book. The fuck it list. What they do is they write their stuff on it, and they write their progress. It's just a wee way of keeping
good idea.
Good idea in it, and maybe that'll be something we give to people that sign up for Patreon and stuff.
Good plan.
So that could be a thing. If you sign up for Patreon, you get a fuck it list book,
a fuck it list notebook,
and they give it. And it actually, because I'd like it to this podcast to actually encourage people to do stuff as well.
Yeah, well, we've said the last few to like start writing into us, and share your kind of journey on your own fuck it list.
Because I get a buzz out of that.
Yeah,
like see when I do my comedy workshops and I see people that doing their first gig.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be me in January.
You could be in January, but I genuinely get a buzz because I see people that are struggling. They're nervous as fuck, just standing in front of the workshop people, and they're going, fuck, I can't do that. And I see them getting that fight or flight thing, like, no shit, before the gig, they're pacing about going, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. And some of them, they'll phone me a few days before it, I can't do this. And I need to say to them, you're fucking doing it.
Who knows, that might be me.
Aye, and
I need to hold my guitar on this day.
But see, once I see them up there getting their first few laughs and they come off and I see that kind of buzzing feeling,
Yeah.
I get that feeling every time as well.
Does it like take you back to the first time you got it?
Oh, totally, aye. And I know what it's like. I know how scary it is. I get that buzz of watching somebody overcome something. Or I love watching people, like people that have done something out of their comfort zone. Just in life in general, I love that.
Yeah.
If somebody puts something on social media, I go, fucking hell, that's amazing.
Good stuff.
Aye, no. So my list.
Your list, yeah. So I might do. I know a couple of the things that I said yesterday. You wrote down and put on yours, so maybe I'll do the same.
Aye. So I've got a couple here that's still for you, and that's good. But I'm going to get this in a proper notebook. But I've just got it in a shitty kind of bit of paper, so I need to put glasses on now because I'm blind as fuck. Right. So I'll go through them quickly. The ones, when I'll stop at random ones. So go to Hawaii just because you said it yesterday, and I thought, fuck it, that sounds all right. I'll go to Hawaii as well.
You thought what?
But.
You thought, fuck it.
He said it. He said it.
No. We've done about 20 minutes without that, right? And I'm going to set fire to your box with that Peter Griffin thing on it. That's what I used it. So go to Hawaii. Another one, so go to the airport, right? If I've got some money, go to the airport just randomly with a suitcase and just pick a random flight.
Yeah.
Just go, right, where am I going? I've just asked somebody at the desk what flights are leaving in an hour and decide. Have you ever read a book? I've not read it. I'm going to read it. The Yes Man, which is similar.
I've seen the Yes Man movie.
Right,
Jim
that's
Carrey.
brilliant. The book's good. The book's brilliant. But similar to that, I've got the book. I've not actually read it yet. I should read it. Called The Dice Man.
Vice Man.
The Dice Man.
Dice. They roll the dice.
So basically, this guy. The book's basically the guy's got a dice. Do you know what a dice is? Aye. And he has 5 things, a list of five things to do.
And then like each number corresponds to.
Aye, so I've got you write 5 random things like could be go to work today.
Is it not 6 things if it's a dice?
Sorry,
It's got 5-sided dice.
Aye, fair enough. Aye.
We're sitting counting the sides of a dice in my head there.
Did I say 5 there? So you got 6 things. You made me look like a dick in front of these 2 people that are watching this podcast.
Wasn't it me?
Right, so 6 things, right? So you have a list of 6 things, and these could be like 3 sensible ones, 3 mad ones.
Right.
And you just like to let the dice decide what you're doing that day.
Okay. So you want to do that type thing?
Aye.
Or were you comparing that to doing the airport thing?
But no, right, so now that I've said that, now what I'm talking about
Do that as well.
do Dice Man.
Fair enough.
So I actually thought about it years ago.
See, with the airport thing, do you know you don't even need to go to the airport and just say, put me somewhere random. There's like a thing you can do now. See, like Groupon or Voucher, these type websites. You can book a holiday on that, and it's like a random location, and you don't find out. I think they maybe email you like the day before. Either that, or you just turn up at the airport and show them the thing, and then you find out where you're going.
Aye. There's one of my pals done that there years ago. A pal Kirsten who done it, and like she went through a few years that she was just doing mad shit like that, and it was brilliant. She could have just done that. She was on one of the holidays. She just signed up for it. You paid a certain amount, and she didn't know where she was going. Yeah. And she went to the airport, met the rep or whatever. And she's right, you're going to whatever.
Do you know what it was now?
I can't remember.
So we've got a friend that did it because it's like you pay however much it is, and it can be like a random. So like our friend did it and went to New York, and it was for like a really good price compared to what you would actually pay to go to New York. It was like maybe £200 per person for your flight and your accommodation for a weekend or whatever. But you could also get like
Coatbridge,
some an Airbnb in Coatbridge for the same price.
Yes, I paid my £500. The world is my oyster, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Glenboick today, right? Glenboick. We're going to Big Stevie's house. We're going to take Eckies for 3 days.
There you go. That's the risk.
I'll do that. I'll find that out.
That's the risk when you roll the dice in it. You could end up in New York or.
Aye. So that girl I was talking about, Kirsten, right? So she may be listening to this, but she's kind of. She went done my workshop years ago,
right.
And she used the fuck it idea. So that's part of the the reason I like doing this because it kind of pushes other people sometimes.
Yeah, you want to spread the word. Well, you've spread it on to me, and now I'm starting
Aye.
to do things, so hopefully we can start doing the same to everyone
Aye,
watching.
that's the idea. So it's like you start off with a wee bit and it spreads out. So she when she done one of my first workshops years ago, she only done a handful of gigs because she didn't want to do it. She was good at it, but that was just cool. But she went travelling. She had a drama business, like teaching kids drama,
Right.
Drama box or something, and like, she was doing that. And she's getting a bit, she got a bit stuck in the rut a wee bit. The business was going well, but she felt a bit trapped, as you do sometimes. So she sold her business. Like, she got decent money for it. It was a good business. She sold her business and get like, a good few grand. She just fucked off for a year or two.
Yeah.
Like, she just fucked off travelling on her own.
Aye.
And she said that I think she was in maybe South America somewhere, something like that. I can't remember exactly. And she was just walking about herself, just in that kind of city. I can't remember what it was. And she actually wrote a thing about this, and she said it was because of my workshop that she'd done this. I was asked, and this was a few years after. I was asked, pretty cool. She was walking about, and I know, like, apparently, like, for a guy just going into a pub on his own, it's not too bad. But sometimes it could be a wee bit more difficult for girls for whatever reason. It can be, I don't know, it shouldn't be. But so she was a bit nervous. She was going about. She was fuck it. She wanted to go for a beer in this place, and she walked by this pub a couple of times, and she went, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen?
That's interesting.
Right. Fuck it. We're all going to die. Nothing matters. And she walked into this pub, ordered a beer, and she ended up chatting to this guy, and they became lovers. No, they didn't become.
That is where I thought that story was.
Nah, wasn't nah. Nah, she met somebody else years later, but she met this guy, and they just had a good laugh.
Yeah.
And they became kind of good pals.
Fair enough.
Just because she kind of decided that fuck it, I'm going in for a pint, which was quite nervous for her at that point. But then once she was, it wasn't that bad. So sometimes I fuck it, just a wee thing, just a wee kind of, a wee slight fear. Fuck it, I'm going to speak to that person, and then you might end up becoming pals.
Inspirational.
Aye, right. So I just love wee things like that when people kind of do wee mad things like that. So what was the next one? So this is a big one. This is a scary one for me that I'll need a fuck it for. Start selling tickets for shows. Set up more solo shows for myself and sell tickets door to door while I'm building my social media.
Yep.
So that I'm plus build my social media as I'm doing it. So if I'm out maybe a few hours a day selling door to door, selling tickets, and I can film the interactions.
Yeah.
Obviously, with people's permission, I wouldn't just.
You don't want to turn up at the door already filming.
Aye. I wouldn't be a dick like that. If I spoke to somebody and says, "Can I film this? You bought tickets? Can I have a wee chat with you?"
Aye.
So I wouldn't be a dick. I wouldn't film somebody being tell me to fuck off. I'd be like, all right, fair enough, because I hate people coming to the door. So I want to do that. That scares me.
Yeah.
A wee bit.
That's why you should do it.
That's why I should do it, and I think I know I could do it because it's like I know, like, in Edinburgh during the festival, like at the Edinburgh Festival, right? That was August, and I've hardly had to work since then because I've done pretty well in Edinburgh.
Aye.
Just because I was working 8 hours a day, well, 3 shows a day, but a lot of that was out flyering and talking to people, and because I've done that every day for a month, I earned enough that I'm only now I'm gonna go and shit, I need to work now because my money's running out, but. Because I've done that, so if I can do that other months, I can earn enough.
Do you get like a good turnout from flyering in terms of
Aye, because I'm good at it.
I mean, in a way, that's probably quite similar to. I know basically everyone walking about Edinburgh during the festival is expecting flyers to show, so it's a wee bit different than just going round to unsuspecting kind of, people's doors type thing. But
so it's like a warm audience in Edinburgh, whereas the other one's kind
you
of
need
cold.
to try and But I mean, there's certainly a crossover as to the skills you've already got.
Aye,
that, so.
and there's like I've got a wee script I'm writing. I'm trying to but I've got a wee script because there's a wee kind of a lot of sales, how to sell, a wee kind of pitch that I'm working on, and plus because I told you I was doing that magic cloth thing years ago, and I was selling cloths and I was good at it. The product was all right, but I wasn't passionate about it, and I was actually good at that.
What do you mean you weren't passionate about a cloth?
I didn't give a fuck about it. So selling these cloths, and they were all right, but it was just a cloth really. And but I was good at that, and I was thinking if I could sell them, You know, I reckon like if I got a wee crowd of people together, so I reckon although I could do door to door, I could gather wee crowds together, and I'm better with a crowd than I'm a 1-to-1.
Right.
So if I get 10 people, I'd give them the wee demonstration. I reckon I could sell a few tickets.
Would you ever do it like instead of door to door? Do you think you could do it in more of a sort of busking and like Buchanan Street
possibly,
type
aye.
setting? Aye.
Aye.
I don't know. You can do
Well,
both, but
No, I could do both, but that gave me another fuck it, right? Busking.
aye.
Right, so, aye. But you know what I've always wanted to do, right? This is good discussing this because busking's on at the end there. I've always wanted to do, right, I've got no busking skills, right, as in juggling. I've got a few mates that do busking, juggling in the Edinburgh Festival, make a fortune. I would love to, for a laugh, in Edinburgh, get all my gear, just buy loads of juggling gear, stuff, just take it, because a lot of you see like busking, the buskers, they do 40 minutes.
I've seen them all outside. Outside Monkey Barrel.
Aye, so the Royal Mile and that.
Aye.
So they've got 40 minutes, and usually the first 20 minutes is gathering a crowd.
Yep.
So it's all banter.
And then he gets his fucking chainsaws.
Aye, and then he juggles fire, throws a few kids about and all that kind of stuff. So I would love to, right, this is my kind of a wee goal. I'd love to stand in the street, gather a crowd, and then say, by the way, I've got no juggling skills. Thanks for coming, and run away. Just fuck off.
It's definitely getting filmed and put on this channel.
Aye. But then plug my show as well. So I'll just say, by the way, I've got no juggling skills. I'm doing a show called The Fuck It List. What part of my fuck it list is to gather a crowd and run away. Thanks for being part of that. And if anybody wants to go, there's my flyers.
Excellent.
That might be well. I could probably do that as like Glasgow.
Aye.
Sell my tickets and just go, by the way, I'm selling tickets. Does anybody want one?
I like that.
But just have all the juggling gear just there as a prop. Now, by the way, I've got no idea how to do any of that shit.
Have you seen the guy on Argyle Street that's got the big, it's like hula hoops full of spikes and then he sets them on fire?
No, I've not seen that, no.
I saw him a few weeks ago. It was outside Primark on Argyle Street.
Right.
It was just before we went on holiday. She was in Primark doing holiday shopping.
Aye.
I went in and out in 5 minutes, couldn't find it. And then I was wandering about and he was doing this. He's got a big, massive, probably about, I don't know, 30, 40 metres of a crowd right round.
Aye.
And he's got like 3 or 4 kind of hula hoops up
Right.
at a reasonable height. They're all got spiky teeth around it.
Aye.
And then the last one he sets on fire. And it's like that. He spends like 10, 15 minutes gathering a crowd, getting them all hyped up.
Does he ride a bike through it or something?
It just runs. He runs through them. But like he goes like feet first. It's pretty.
Aye.
I don't know how.
Somersaults and shit.
Aye. And it goes
Aye.
through like spiky hoops and one's on fire.
Aye.
I was standing beside a wee guy. Like I was watching this and it was like a wee boy and his dad. And after he did it, like the wee guy was sitting like ready for it. And then when he did it, everyone gives a big cheer and his dad went. No, the wee guy went to his dad. All he did was jump through a fiery hoop. And his dad was like, I suppose you're right, son.
I suppose you're right, son. Give him fuck all. Did they make a few quid?
I didn't notice, but I would imagine like there must have been easy 100 people gathered round, probably more.
I see that there's a power in that, gathering people together.
It's happened like I remember a guy doing like basketball tricks down at the grass market.
I've seen that guy before. He's brilliant. He's pretty good. American guy.
Aye. I saw him and it was like one of these things, you see a crowd, don't even know what's happening, but you're like, oh, what's this? And then you nose it in and then everyone else starts to do the same.
The trick is you gather a few.
Aye.
I see all the tricks and you gather a few and then you get a few more. And it was a wee bit like that doing the kind of the thing with the cloths.
Right.
There's a wee desk in home base. And if I get maybe 5 or 6 doing it and I started doing the demonstration, people would join in. Mm-hmm. And the kind of a bigger crowd that gathers momentum. And the more crowd you've got, people are like sheep a wee bit. They kind of influence.
They're nosy bastards, is what they are.
Aye, but if somebody shows interest, people follow the crowd. It's just natural feeling.
There must be some kind of.
Aye,
must be value, not necessarily in the product, but just in.
Oh, the product was shite, but it was like because I remember like once I sold it. I can't remember. I was getting maybe £6 commission for every one I sold or something like that, which is all right, you know. So something like that. So I remember I done one
get a nose thing again every episode.
Aye, so I remember I had maybe 20 people and I sold at 10. So that was like 60 quid and like one bit.
Yep.
One demonstration. I'd maybe do 10 of these demonstrations a day.
Yeah.
So some of them I'd get hard. It just depends what time of day it was. So I could do that kind of demonstration as well for selling my tickets, I reckon I could do it.
Definitely.
And I told you the idea about getting like selling the tickets, but giving add-ons.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I don't remember if it was on the podcast or just talking to me.
Aye.
But
So basically, what happens is a lot of like if you watch like webinars and shit, they're trying to sell courses and different things, different products, and what they do is to sell it, they add value.
yep.
So basically, if I'm selling a ticket for like a tenner, right, maybe I'd sell it for more than that one somewhere better. Like Gary Falls is a 20 quid, but he's selling bigger ranges. But
Once you get into the pavilion.
aye, once I get to the pavilion, but like a tenner is decent for a show for 90 minutes. So a tenner, and but then so people go, oh, that sounds good. I'll maybe buy one online. So people will say that I'll buy one online. It says, but if you buy one now, I'll get wee envelopes, right? It says in this envelope I've got like I've wrote thank you letters, individual thank you letters. They're all different, so they're getting something unique.
Yep.
So I've got thank you letters. They're all different. To write, and maybe if I'm famous one day, you can sell it. I don't know. Maybe no. But it's just a wee thank you letter. They're all different. I've got a scratch card in there, so you might win 100 grand. So and people have been enticed with it. They go, fucking hell, this is mental. Yeah, I could win a few quid.
You should buy those fake scratch cards that everyone's a winner.
I wouldn't do that. I'd actually buy. So it'd be worth it if I bought £1 scratch cards and I could sell.
Aye.
I'd make £9 profit, and then I'm going to do a couple of online courses, like the fuck it process.
He said it. He said it.
So a couple of wee online kind of courses that I'm working on, I'll put them on it as well. So people that buy the tickets there and then, they get that wee envelope with all that in it for a tenner.
More value.
It's only a tenner. That's the price of 2 pints in Glasgow, isn't it?
1 pint in some places.
Aye, fucking hell. I bought a pint in the Beehive Inn in Edinburgh last week, 2 weeks ago, and it was like $6.70. So I was doing like I had like 2 pints, not one in the other place. Like, I was like, fucking hell, that's half my wages away.
Classic Edinburgh.
I know. Right, so that's that one. So I think that's I'm dying to do that because I reckon if I'm working 8 hours a day on selling myself, working on content and doing that as well, it's rather than being in the doing Just Eat. I mean, even I could do it while I'm doing Just Eat once I get a car again, obviously.
Yeah.
So next one, build YouTube channel, build up social media. So they're kind of two similar ones. So just doing more social media.
Fair
So I
enough.
suppose I'm doing that a bit with this. So this is going to be part of my social media.
Aye, I know you've got your own separate YouTube just for
Aye.
your stand up and that, but I know like I noticed this week you put out what was the first like actual clip of your stand up that I've seen you put out.
Aye.
I know that's kind of big thing
Aye.
on the social media these days.
Aye, but
putting out clips of actual stand up.
But not just that. I want to do like full like YouTube, like half hour, 40-minute videos talking about different things.
Is that not what we're doing right now?
Aye. But I do that as a separate thing as well. But
Aye.
I can do that every day. But it's
Aye.
just doing loads of stuff.
Aye, fair enough.
So there's guys on. So this is the podcast, but just do it on specific subjects because I've got one now that I'm working on that I've actually been writing a wee bit. Kind of reading books and then actually talking about. So now you get self-help books. They give you exercises,
Aye.
and usually you read them and you go, "Oh, they're all great ideas," but you don't actually do what it tells you to do.
Yeah.
So read the books and actually do the things it's telling me to do, and then talk about that.
Aye, and then it also makes you a bit more accountable to yourself to
Aye.
actually make you do them.
Aye. Because the book I'm reading now, which I read years ago and I like it, is Change Your Life in 7 Days with Paul McKenna,
Right.
which is a good book, by
Is
the
that
way.
him that can make you thin?
Him that can make you thin,
make you
but-
stop smoking
Aye,
and drinking
aye.
and all sorts. Aye.
So his books are pretty good. So he's got 7 chapters, so I could do a video on each chapter.
Aye.
And every video will be maybe half an hour to an hour.
Sounds good.
And that just builds some audience online as well.
Aye.
So that, the TikTok, let me see, what else we got? Run a marathon. Another one, but in under 4 hours. Right, so I've done 5 marathons today.
I made that joke yesterday.
I know. That's and write new material because that was like, I know I done that joke yesterday. So I want to do it in under 4 hours.
So you said your best was what, 4:20, 4:30?
No, how dare you? 4 hours, 12 minutes and 20,
12. Sorry.
4 hours, 12 minutes and 27 seconds.
And when is it you're doing your next marathon?
May the 30th or something. So the last Sunday in May. So I've got like 6 months, 7 months. So December, January, February, March, April, May. So 6 months. And I've been doing a bit of training. I'm no fit enough. I'm doing all right. I'm fitter than I was. Because my last marathon was like last year. I hadn't trained at all. When I'd done 6 hours, 27 minutes.
Oh well. Without
She's
training, still impressive compared to what I would do.
I suppose I
I trip over my lace off the start line.
So I kind of ashamed of myself and kind of want to beat 4 hours or at least get fit enough to do it because I was walking most of it. I hit the wall at about 3 miles this time.
Do you think you're like on compared to the time that you did 4:12?
Aye,
Like where you are now, do you think you're sort of on track to?
nowhere near it.
No?
But I've started early, so that's why I've started early.
Aye. Well, that's what I mean. Like compared to where you were 6 months before you did that.
What I done before 12?
Aye.
No, because that was
Or were you sort of in the zone for a long time before?
Aye, so I was a lot fitter then. I think I definitely I was because I was hitting the gym quite a lot at that.
Aye.
Point. It was 36, so it was like 14 years ago
Right.
when I got that. So there's an age difference, but but I've been putting a bit of work in, so I'm getting. You find with marathon training though, sometimes you're doing it for months and you're like, fucking hell, I'm not getting anywhere here. Like I'm gradually getting a wee bit better, but the day I was out, I was like, fucking hell, I can't even run. I'm fucked. But sometimes you got one day, it just
You get
hits.
a big improvement.
You just go, holy shit! I done a 10k without stopping.
Aye.
And sometimes it's like a very gradual thing. Then one day you just get into a stride at one bit. You go, holy shit! That's what I've been working on for the last 3 months.
Aye, I've had that in the past, and like doing fitness stuff, whether it's like weight training. Sometimes
Aye.
I'll have like a full week where I do the same weight, same number of reps
Aye,
every time, and I'm like really struggling to
Aye.
improve, and like I'm only striving to get like one extra rep,
Aye,
and out of nowhere, like one day I can somehow do like 3 or 4 extra.
Aye.
It's like
You start juggling all the weights machines and like fucking yes, punching the big muscly guys and all that. What you on there, you prick? I know what you mean. I sometimes it just kicks in. You think sometimes like I think that's the same with anything. Like you take loads of wee steps and you're thinking, fucking hell, you're frustrated. I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
You think you're not getting anywhere, and then eventually one day you go, fucking hell, that months of hard work's actually paid off the day.
Aye,
And then it's like I think it's a bit like it goes along like that. Then it just goes. So it's like it take the progress. What's that
plateau.
Aye, so you're kind of becomes an exponential. Is that the word? I'm thinking of maths. See, I was quite good at maths. So it's kind of it goes slowly up for a while. So it slowly goes up, and then all of a sudden it just kind of so the curve goes up a bit.
Aye, I think exponentials. Oh, I can't remember. I was going to try and give a definition.
Aye, is that no, like it takes off? So it just takes a while to get to that. But that when it gets to that bit, it starts kind of taking off.
Aye,
So
I know what you mean.
I'm kind of going along that bit, getting a wee bit better every day. But sometimes I think, like the day I felt as if I'd went backwards a wee bit. I was like, fucking hell, man, I can't run, man. What's going on?
aye. It happens some days. You just get some days maybe you're not quite recovered for your last one.
Maybe. But then you keep going. So the day I was like, you get that thing in your head. The day I was going, fucking hell, man, I'm fucking going to run a marathon, and I'm fucked. I've been doing 3 months and I can't run like, a wee bit. But then a few days before I was fine.
Yeah.
So it's a mental game as well sometimes.
I think
The marathon.
not just marathon, all sorts of fitness and health stuff, losing weight. I think it's
Aye.
for me especially. It's
Aye.
more of a mental game than anything
Oh,
else.
totally, aye, totally. And even like you getting back into your music again, it's a mental game. Even though once you do it, you're fine, you'll enjoy it.
Aye. It's just, as I said, today's the first time, and I don't even know how many months that I've actually picked up a guitar and just sat and played for a wee while. You know.
So that's showing that like even doing this podcast helping that because you've been to the gym a day and you've learnt the guitar.
I've not learnt, I already knew.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Aye. So I'm going to pick my guitar up as well. I came in and tune it. Aye.
Give it a dust off.
Give it a dust off, man. The dust all gathers under the strings, did it?
Aye.
Right. So what's the next one? So run a marathon in under
4 hours.
4 hours. Do a martial art.
Okay.
Right. So I it'd be fun. I've not picked one there. Like I done a few of them years ago for a short period of time, and I quite enjoyed it.
What one did you do?
What did I do? I think I done Taekwondo. I think was that what it was called. I done one at uni for a few months. And I done another one.
Karate.
Nah, I was the karate. So it was
Jiu-jitsu.
might have been no.
Judo?
That's jiu-jitsu is when you're kind of rolling about in it.
Aye, that's
nah, I didn't do that. So it was kicky ones. The two. So
Kickboxing.
wasn't kickboxing. So
Muay
definitely
Thai.
that.
Kicky one.
So I actually done karate when I was like I was a kid, right? I was away.
Uh-huh.
I must have been about 10. I went with my mate, Big John Reynolds, right? So he was like a brown belt or something like that. He was like good at it. Like he was like 10. He'd been going since he encouraging parents that let him do things like that. And there was my parents, I don't need that shit, that fucking karate. You know, but his parents could encourage that. And he took me along, right? And the guy, the kind of instructor, was mental, right? He was just a mad bastard, right? He was like, you wouldn't take any shit. And I was like 10. And I think I got a row because he was doing all this. He was just making all these karate. I just farted again when I done that. I just shut myself. So he was doing all these mad noises, and he was mental. I think he had a squint or something. I can't remember. I vaguely remember. He looked a bit weird, but he was hard as fuck. This guy, you wouldn't mess with him.
Aye.
He was making all these noises, going no, he's karate, yeah. And I got the giggles. And I think I just embarrassed my mate, and I don't think I got invited back after that. I was just like, I just couldn't handle the madness. So I want to do a martial art. I think it's good fun because it's flexibility as well. Because I'll keep fit, and I think it'll be good.
I've already got yoga on the list.
I got yoga on the list. I've got that as well somewhere. In fact, have I put that on there?
I think you wrote it down yesterday when I said
I have not got it on this, so I'll put that there. I'll add it.
Talking about karate, my papa was a black belt in karate back
he?
in his
Aye.
day. Aye.
I had a batter this cunt in.
No, he's got all sorts of mad stories about the guy. His what's the word? Sensei.
Aye.
I forget the guy's name, but from the
Bruce
story,
Lee.
I don't think it was Bruce Lee. No, he was like a proper wee old, like, you know, Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi type character,
Like,
aye.
by the sounds of it, he was like exactly like him. Like he tells all these stories about being at like big exhibitions,
Aye.
and this wee old guy. I think even when he was teaching him, he was like in his 70s, and he
Aye.
would get like, you know, the biggest, muscliest, like even black belts
Aye.
in their own right to come up to this wee guy, a wee old man versus a big bear of a guy,
Aye.
and the wee old Mr. Miyagi guy is like, right, come ahead, and the guy's like, you kidding? I'll fucking knock your
I'll
ear off.
fucking do you wee
And then,
prick, aye.
like, wee Mr. Miyagi, like,
Aye.
somehow used the karate force,
Aye.
and he would like knock the guy down without touching him.
Aye.
And like, my
Aye.
papa's not the kind of guy to construe these stories for
Aye,
entertainment. He's a very,
Aye.
he's a,
Aye. It's kind of use their, I think a lot of them, they kind of use their movement against them. So say
that's
that's
what
if
he
I'm
talks
coming
about.
to you,
If you've
like
got
that,
a fist coming towards me, I kind of pull
aye,
you around.
you kind of just guide the movement away.
Aye,
from
you sort of, you've already got the momentum going.
Aye, so you just kind of duck out the way and go.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's not like, I mean, I'm a big fan of, as I said there, the Karate Kid movies, and then have you seen the series Cobra Kai, which is the sort
I
of,
love that. It's
You love
brilliant.
Cobra Kai?
I fucking love it. Do you not like it?
Oh no, I love it. That's what I'm saying.
I
But,
love it,
but what I mean is, it's obviously there's the different types of karate they talk about,
Aye.
and that there's the Miyagi version, which is very much
Miyagi-Do.
Miyagi-Do.
What was the other guy? Cobra Kai.
Cobra
Aye.
Kai,
I think
so-
Cobra Kai's the bad guys.
So Cobra Kai's strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
Aye,
That's
aye,
their thing.
aye.
Miyagi-Do is
Only hit somebody when you need to.
pretty much
It's
like
more of a defence thing, isn't it?
like the first option is run and only do
Aye.
karate if you need to.
Oh,
type
I'm
thing.
a shite bag. I'll quite happily run away for a fight, man.
Aye, that's my version.
Aye.
No.
That's how I like running. So running's kind of because I'm
You're
like
practicing it, run away from fights.
Aye. So I don't care how big or hard anybody is. I'll fucking run away for anybody. So even if you kicked off for there, I'd fucking run away. Then
you
I go
could take
any
me.
chance I lift back to Moody's bun, but aye. Oh, definitely a shite bag because you don't know. I guess in a fight like you know, especially if it's a wee guy, like if you're in a nightclub, it happens, like you get. I've had wee altercations years ago, no many. I'm luckily that way. It's not been that bad, but it's usually the weird guys you worry about because you know they're more likely to have a.
Especially nowadays. Nowadays, you get all wee coped up guys that do MMA. So
Aye. But I wouldn't worry too much. An actual fight, I wouldn't worry about too much if I get beat up that way. But it's wee guys you don't know, wee skinny guys who might have a knife.
aye, get
No,
that around here, don't you?
I'd rather walk away than end up dead.
Aye, well, that's what that you know, that charity MMA thing that Paul Smith did a few weeks ago.
Right, I didn't even know much
That was-
about it. Did he win?
No, he'd kicked in
Oh, did
within,
he?
I think it was just over a minute. But the guy, that Jake, I can't remember his name, but the guy who was fighting,
Aye.
he's been doing it longer.
Right, see another comedian, the guy was
No,
fighting.
he's an actor or a singer or
All right.
some wee.
Aye.
I don't know. I think he was in the X Factor actually. I think he's a singer. But
Aye.
he's been doing it a bit longer. Whereas Paul Smith, I think, had been training for about a year.
Aye.
But they were good sports about it. But that the whole charity that was for, I think it was called Knives Down, Gloves Up.
Ah, right.
And it's about that kind of knife crime and getting guys off the streets for, stabbing each other into MMA gyms and boxing gyms and all that
that's the
kind
way
of
it
thing.
should be, innit?
If you want to, get some aggression out, do it in that,
Have a square
in that
go.
setting, you know what I mean?
There was a pub, I don't know if I don't know if I mentioned this before in this podcast. There was like a thing on the telly years ago. I think it might have been Grant Mitchell. The guy who used to play Grant Mitchell was doing it. Maybe
Right.
it was like Britain's toughest pubs or something like that. And there was a guy in a
Triangle.
pub. The Red Triangle. Aye. And basically, a guy had a pub somewhere in England, and he had a boxing ring upstairs in his pub. So he had a boxing ring set up. So if there's any kicking off in the pub, we're right, you two
Kick it upstairs,
up
boys.
the stairs, sort it out. They'd go upstairs, punch fuck out each other. They come back down, have a pint.
Aye, in that sort of setting with a bit of respect about it.
Aye, all right, fair enough. All right. I shouldn't have shagged your wife. Shouldn't have shagged your wife, Davey. Sorry about that. Fair enough. I'll not do it again, especially after you kicked my cunt in. But if he won, like he'd have got the wife. I think that's how it works, isn't it?
Was that the deal?
I don't know. Right. So next one. What was that? Martial art, acting classes. So I want to do more. So I've done a few acting classes, but I've always wanted to do a bit more with acting, right? Because I love my stand-up. Stand-up's my main thing. It always will be. But I'd like to, I'd actually, so that's part of two. So you get a part in a movie.
A movie?
Aye.
Like a comedy or just anything?
Anything. Like, I need to maybe be more specific with that, because I'd like to get a part in a movie.
What you want to do, right? You want to buy Rocky's dog. And then when he comes back for it when he's famous.
All right, I get this. Yeah, that's a clever comedy technique. You're doing a callback.
I like
a callback from yesterday's episode.
That was a week ago for them.
Oh, yeah, sorry, last week's episode. So if you haven't seen that, go back to last week. So that's a good
In
way.
fact, it's 2 weeks.
How?
Because it was 2 episodes ago.
Was it?
It was 2 days ago. We've recorded 3 days in a row here. Sorry to break the illusion again. But
Oh, was it? So 2 weeks ago. So if you've not seen that, go back and watch that. We're talking about Rocky's inspiring story.
will you do the wee voice
The
again?
wee voice again. The wee voice again. Hi. So I want to be in a movie, man. That'd be cool.
What about like sketch shows and that?
Aye.
Would you do that?
Possibly, aye. It's not a big thing on my list, but aye. So maybe I want to write more stuff like that as well.
Writing
So write
sketches.
more. I'll write that down. So write more.
I'm going to add that to my list as well, actually, because
Aye.
I used to, like, I think I said on the first episode, even way back when we worked in the warehouse, I did a couple of just dafty videos on. It might have even been Vine back in the day.
All right.
Remember that?
So you wrote some sketches.
I didn't necessarily write anything. I just acted out a few daft wee
All
things in the warehouse, and then I think maybe a couple of times a year I'd make a daft wee video and put it out. But obviously,
right.
you see people do that on TikTok and that all the time
Aye.
these days. I'd quite like to do a wee bit more
So a
of
wee
that.
bit more of that as well, because that'll be part of my social media. So a lot of my videos are just me ranting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like kind of a stand-up. So I've got an idea. I'm just talking about that, but I probably could do more sketches. Like Stephen Buchanan's. Have you seen his? He's done loads of wee sketches on.
Aye, was his
His are pretty good.
his show at the Fringe this year was quite a lot of that
Aye.
integrated. So he had like a screen at the side of the
Aye.
stage, and he was doing wee bits where he was like going off the stage and a sketch would play, and then he would come back
Aye.
on like sort of in a costume as if he's coming out of that. It's like he was
Aye,
on
aye.
the screen. It was like he was backstage talking to his manager that's like played by him,
Aye.
and he'd come out. So that was
That's
quite
quite good.
interesting.
Aye.
I think just this weekend there he filmed it at the stand. And he's
Alright.
like putting it out as a special, so it should be.
Aye, that's
I think it'll be
quite
on
good,
some
aye.
laugh thing.
That's interesting. That takes a lot of work. That one of the best shows I've seen like that was in Edinburgh years ago. The Cagouls, they were called.
Cagouls.
Cagouls. It was two
G-skits.
lasses. Nikki, which I know quite well, and another lassie, and just two lassies. And they just wear cagouls basically. So it's like clowning. So they don't speak.
Right.
You know.
Like, what's the word? I know clowning, but miming.
Aye, kind of a miming, but it's all physical.
Mhm.
So they've got a big screen at the back as well. So they're kind of doing daft things on the stage, but then they're interacting with the screen as well. So they've got all the timing perfect.
Ah, right.
So
aye,
in the middle of doing something, then they walk on screen, then all
Is it
of a
like
sudden
they'll
they're on a
like,
beach.
throw a ball, and then on the screen it's
Aye.
like they catch a ball type.
Aye, that kind of shit. It's just brilliant. It's just I was watching. I'm a lazy bastard. The amount of work they've put into that. It's just because they've just got everything.
Aye,
what's
it's
the
like
word?
time down to a T.
Aye, everything's just perfect.
Aye.
And they've just got, it's just amazing. So they've obviously filmed all the stuff months before it,
And then rehearsed it.
rehearsed,
Like,
and
religiously.
everything's perfect. Everything's
Aye.
perfect in it, aye.
So I've put do some wee sketches and stuff on my list as well.
Right, we just added that.
Yep.
Right, cool. That's good. So martial art, acting class is part of the movie. So this is the one that you're going to help me with. Learn the guitar again. Well, I started learning but for a while ago, but I can't remember it. Learn the guitar and do an open mic, like a musical open mic, and that's not something that I don't want to be a musician, right? But it's just something I'd like to learn.
Just to say you've done it.
Yeah, I'd say I've done it,
Yeah.
and I might even be a point where that I could do a song.
You could write a comedy song.
Write a comedy song at the end of an Edinburgh Festival show.
Aye.
So it could be like, if I'm doing a show about the fuck it list, I could go, right, I can't sing, but I've decided to, and I have a wee song at the end. So I'll write that down. That's actually, so, song at the end of the Edinburgh Festival. Aye, that could be a thing.
We'll need to get a sort of target set for you, because we've got the deal we made about you learning a song and me
Aye.
trying stand up.
Right,
I've now signed on to your workshop, which means
aye,
I'm going to be doing a gig at the end of that.
right,
So we need to find something.
right. So
for
give
you
me
to
your
do.
target, so I can start learning the guitar tonight. Or, you
Aye.
be able to give me some guitar lessons as well then?
Aye.
Aye, because I'm learning online, but I don't know if that's the best way I'm learning. So you'll be able to give
Aye.
me.
There's definitely far more options
Aye.
out there now in terms of, you could just go on YouTube and put like lesson, to just type in
Aye.
a song, guitar lesson, and there's loads of stuff.
Because
Comes up.
there's a guy, Kevin. Remember Kevin Callahan?
Aye.
So he could have suggested a guy, Justin guitar lessons or something like that years ago. And
Is he a baldy Australian guy?
No, he was. I thought he was baldy.
Is he Australian? Does he wear like a wee bonnet?
Aye, but maybe he was
I know-
baldy then.
I know the guy you mean.
So he was pretty good. He made it dead simple.
Aye, there's some stuff like if there's a song I've a lot of stuff I can kind of work out by ear, but if there's a wee kind of fiddly, more advanced bit, sometimes I'll just jump on YouTube and be like, type in the name of the song, guitar
Aye.
lesson, and there's hundreds of videos just
Aye,
laying it all down. But if you find a guy like that, I do remember that Justin
He was pretty good.
being quite, he breaks it down quite thoroughly and explains it
Aye.
as if you are a beginner type thing. So,
That's what I need because I like even things that I don't know what the notes are.
aye,
You
because
know,
there's other people that are a bit more
Get a G
advanced.
chord. What the fuck is a
Aye.
G chord? You know what I mean?
Because there's other guys that are like more advanced and
Aye.
explain it. Guys that are sort of at like my level
Aye.
and talk to you on that level.
Aye.
But there's obviously other ones targeted at beginners. So
Aye,
it's easy
aye,
enough, but
aye.
I'll help you out as well.
Aye, that'd be cool, man. Aye. So I could maybe learn a wee bit, and then I could show you, and then you go, all right, you could do this.
Yeah.
And the most difficult thing that I found was getting my fingers up. So you put that finger there, that pinky goes down here, that one goes there. I was like, well, how the fuck? It's difficult, isn't it?
Aye, I've got quite relatively small hands.
Is that a muscle? It's a muscle thing, isn't it?
Aye, I
You
think
must
I
get you must have better finger muscles than me.
must do. As I say, I've been playing guitar since I was
Aye.
4. But what I will say, like, I know if you've played before, you'll know that your fingertips get sore,
Aye.
and once you play for ages, it kind of builds up callus
Aye.
and it gets stingy. But see, as I said, today was the first time in ages that I've played. I
Aye.
played guitar for about an hour, and mine are really sore. So like,
Aye.
I used to have like solid fingers, and I
Aye.
could play all day and
Aye.
not feel it. And because I've let it go that long, it's
Aye.
like starting again.
I
and it's
found
sore.
that because when I first started practicing quite most days, and I was building that up, and I
Aye.
wasn't feeling it. But then when I've done it now, I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's quite sore in it. Aye. So guitar, I'll do an open mic. So work out. So my comedy workshop's the 25th of January for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So work out. I'll do an open mic the end of January.
Yeah.
No, end of
End of
February.
February.
So
So
roughly
we're around the same time.
around about the same time. Might even do it at the gig.
Aye, you could compare on
Because
guitar.
so I'll be comping on the gig anyway, so I might, as part of the gig, do a wee song.
That sounds good, aye.
We could film that, aye. So the same night, I could do a song and you could do a gig.
Aye.
And if I'm that bad at singing, it'll be hilarious and better than all the stand up I've ever done. So next one, right, this is quite a sad one, Chris.
Oh dear.
Just get out more.
Get out more.
Aye.
Is this the most you've been out? You've been at my house the past 3 days.
Aye, it's just kind of, I've got, you ever gonna, like, I know, like, I just got into a wee rut for a while. Like, not going out as much. Like, I've got my gigs, which is fine. That's quite a social thing, but I actually get out.
I know obviously a lot of your gigs are in pubs and that, and you end
Aye.
up just kind of being out, but does that feel a bit different?
Aye,
Because it's
a
like
wee
you're
bit.
at work.
Aye, because a lot of the time I'm driving and a lot of people are doing other things and people are going away and it's not really a night out. Occasionally, like, you get, there's people there, but actually working on getting a social life again, which is quite sad, isn't it? Because that is like, you get in a rut. I don't know if it's because, like, my age, there's a lot of people, my mates I grew up with, are all married and all that, so they're all you don't see them that often.
Aye.
So it's just working out how to get out again and like just do things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm sitting waiting, going, "Why is nobody phoning me?" And I was like, "Well, I can actually be out there."
Aye.
You know, and you get that. There's that bit you know that kind of wee voice that goes, "Because nobody likes you, you're a cunt." You get that, but then
I get it. I know what
but
you
then
mean.
you go, "Fuck it." It's actually you just go out, do things.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, you know.
So,
Alright, so I just need to do more of that and just find things to do, and you know, just find like activities to do. And
bowling.
even
You should take up bowling.
aye,
I don't know why I thought of
I
bowling.
get it with 70-year-olds. And I think that's more like things like it's not just going to the pub, but even doing things like doing like acting classes.
Aye.
Because I think like done acting classes before, and I've got good friends that have done acting classes with, and they're still good pals.
Mm-hmm.
So like doing that once a week, it's like it's not just the acting class.
No, it's a social thing.
Aye,
As well, isn't it?
and even see my comedy workshop, I find that a lot of people that have done my workshops are all good pals now, which is quite
I
good.
stay in touch because they've kind of been through something together.
Aye, and I quite like that. It's quite cool when I see people that done my workshops years ago doing shows together at the Edinburgh Festival.
All right, aye, yeah.
When I kind of introduced them.
Aye.
So I've kind of made them get out more. So that's what I should do. So if I'm out doing like maybe an acting class once a week, I'm meeting kind of like-minded people. So people are into that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I can even maybe I don't know. So just more of that kind of shit. It's not just going to the pub, but just getting myself out because you get in the habit of no going out,
Aye.
which is fucking
And
shite.
then you start kind of sulking about it.
You do, and you start going fucking nobody like everybody hates me. Look at you, so
I've watched
and
everything that's on Netflix. I've
I
completed
know.
it.
I've completed YouTube and you know what I mean. Completed Pornhub. No, that I've never watched it. Good altar boy. So it's even be things like going to the gym, but going to classes at the gym,
Aye.
which is kind of a social thing. I know of it.
I was said a wee bit about that with the yoga stuff.
Aye, so you kind of just get to chat to people. So
I've been to one. I went to not a yoga, sorry, a high intensity interval training class a few years ago, and it ended up just me and one woman and the trainer.
Aye.
And she was like, "We can either do this class, or I'll just give you like a free PT session
Aye,
and go
aye.
around." But me and the women were both like, "I'd rather do the class. I want to do a bit of kind of cardio."
All right.
And we did that, but I might put that as well. I do want to do a wee bit more
Aye.
because I like the high intensity stuff. I do it.
Because they're free usually if you've got a gym membership.
At my gym, it's just there's a timetable up and you just show up.
Aye,
As long as you're
aye.
a member of the gym, you can come in.
And when I'm saying I'm not getting out enough, they've got so many things I could do, like go to classes. Like I could do that in the morning, and it's just chatting to people.
Yeah.
You get to know them a wee bit, and that's just wee things like that.
Aye.
And I'm
then
just
that
getting a
might-
rut of not doing that.
And that might lead to going out more. Like if you make some pals at a class,
Aye.
and then you might come out of that and
Aye.
be like, just want to go for a coffee. Or,
Aye. It's not as if I'm like unsocial. It's like I don't lack social skills. I get on well with people. Don't I? I'm all right. Do people like me?
Everyone.
We're not good. I mean, I got on well, but I'm just getting this kind of habit of no doing it.
Yeah.
It's a wee weird thing. So doing that more. So what else? So if anybody wants to hang about with me, right? Apart for you, you're a fucking weirdo, right? You're like I've told you before. Like you, right? I blocked you from Facebook. Fucking leave me alone.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Right, I only mention that. Did I tell you about that? Right, all right. What was that? Right, so work out how to do relationships because I'm shit at relationships.
As in romantical relationships.
Romantic relationships. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe try and get out more and do that because I'm fucking useless at that shit. That might be a full episode. We'll maybe get like a relationship counsellor in to do that.
We do couples counselling.
Aye. Well, you're doing all right. You've got yourself a woman and all that. I'm shit at it.
Do you have any inkling why? Because as you say, you're a sociable guy.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I fucking don't know, man. I won't get. I don't want to get into too much. Right? Maybe that'll be a full episode. There has been a girl that's been on this. I don't know.
Oh.
But then I don't know. I don't know if I'm shite at communicating. And then maybe I don't know if she likes me as much as I liked her, and I don't know. So I'm not see on the fact that I'm
I was
flustered.
transported back to high school there. Do you think she likes
See,
me?
fuck it. I'm like that. Like I thought, right? Do you remember being at high school? You think this is all awkward. When I get older, I'll sort that out. Well, I didn't.
Aye, I know what you mean.
I've still not sorted it out, so I find it all confusing. So I need to sort that out. I don't know how to sort it out, but that's something I need to look at.
Fair.
So sort that out, and I could get into that more, but I don't want to.
One day.
Right, so I've wrote Do Dice Man because I wrote that at the end of that.
Oh yeah.
So that's the idea of And I love the idea of that, just having 6 random things, go out in a dice and just toss a dice and you end up wherever you go.
Yeah.
I love that. I'd done it, like, it was a thing, I remember I done it years ago, like, we had a day, I had a wee car, it was a heap of shite. I thought the exhaust was brown, but it was just rust.
By design.
Oh, that brown exhaust is quite nice, isn't it? It was, it was iron oxide, and it was just a heap of shite. And me and 2 of my mates went out driving one day. I was driving, and this day we thought, right, I just had this idea. Tell you what, right, what we'll do is we'll go for a drive. Where we going? I don't know, but every time we get to a junction, we'll toss a coin and decide to go left or right.
Yeah.
And we had a great day. We just ended up fucking all over the place.
It'd be funny if somebody brought like just one of those fake coins. It's like 2 heads, and you just drove in circles all day.
Drove around the circle all right. So I just love shit like that, man. Just random days out.
Oh.
You've not got pie.
Another guest.
Hello.
Did you curl your hair before bed so you could come on a podcast?
Look at that. Yeah, look lovely. Look at that. You've coloured it as well, haven't you? Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, show the people. Look at Ainsley's lovely hair there. Look at that. Show it off. Look at that with your hair. Oh, I should add that one. Right, I've
Get
not
hair.
added. So I'm talking about my list. So he done his Kris done his list yesterday, and we're doing my list today. So you missed most of it. Fuck you, right? So as
So did I. I actually thought you were going to write
actually is right. So that's because you mentioned it. Get a hair transplant. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
We spoke about it. We're going to swap, aren't we? You're going to give me a beard, and I'm going to give you.
Aye, because Kris can't grow a beard, so that I can grow a beard.
I'll put beard transplant on my list as well.
Aye. And I don't think it's anything right. It's quite accepted these days, isn't it? And I don't think there's anything wrong with having hair either, but I just think it'd be quite cool to get a hair transplant. You know, go for it. I've not got the money now, so hopefully like, if I can start, see if all the other things I get on my list work out well, I start selling more tickets for shows, and then I can maybe get a hair transplant someday.
Oh yeah.
Aye. And you could cut you could cut for there. You could kind of you could like instead of sending it to poor kids, you can send it to me. So we'll do a podcast. We'll get like a tub of super glue, right? And aye, so that would suit me. I'm a blonde. I was a blonde, but I could. Aye.
So there's the voice again. He does this wee voice.
I know. So next week's episode, I'm going to have Ainsley's hair on. Can I try something new? I just do it. Let's see what suits. See what suits me. How's that look? Is that? What?
You need more.
I need more.
There we go. That's going to be good. Oh, that's the stuff. That is the stuff.
Take a photo, Kris.
You giving him curtains? Give me your phone because mine's filming.
All right. Oh, you're filming. I'll get.
I mean, it's on camera. To be fair, I'll send you a screenshot.
See. Well, I always wanted to be a ginger. Wait a minute, hold on. Takes ages, look.
Lovely.
I'm going to be a ginger someday, right? So that's we'll get that. I'll get my hair transplant. Aye, and that, you know, like shaving my head was like a fuck it a few years ago, because it was going thin as fuck and I was in denial. But then I thought, fuck it, just shave it off. And I don't. It doesn't bother me. I love wear a hat all the time, so I'm clearly. So wearing the hat now, like, fuck it, let's do it.
He said it.
Why was? All right, I forgot. Why did I take that off? I forgot.
To try your hair on.
Oh, aye. Try my hair on. So if there's any hair transplant companies would like to sponsor the thing, all you need to do is give me a free one, and then we'll plug you.
Oh, a pun.
Hey, we'll plug you. Right.
I just meant because it's like hair plugs, they call
All
it.
right, all right. I went straight to filthy, right? So,
Enjoy.
all right, we're nearly finished anyway. Easily. Good to see you. Aye.
3 things, yep.
You've got 3 minutes on it. Oh, you need to tell us for that.
Well, no,
Alright.
you need to come on and talk about yours on the podcast.
You could do it. You could do it here and tell us. Come and tell us part of this one, because I've finished mine anyway. So my last one, I've done all mine. So that, you know, that's what the fuck it list is about. Because you've just come in and now we're just got the ads you in.
Right,
You
we
need to
need
come
you on
in.
a microphone.
You need to come in. You come in. Don't just come in. You look.
Fuck it.
Come in.
That's the show.
Right, so this is Ainsley's.
I'm in my jammies.
You've got your nice curly hair for no reason, so, you know.
So I don't need to do it in the morning.
You could wear my hat and kid on your knee for a wee bit, right?
Great. Hiya, I'm John.
Sounds just like him. That wee voice he does.
So on my bucket list, I have
Into the microphone, please.
be in a musical theatre, play like on stage and stuff.
Aye.
Um,
What kind of musical theatre?
The kind where they sing and
aye, singing.
I
and-
just
Dance
think
and-
in particular, right? Cool.
No particular play, just anything. Oh fuck, I forgot one, innit?
I remember.
One that yous will need to, yous could actually help me with
Right.
for an episode.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Have you seen the podcast Hot Ones? And they do like the Hot
YouTube
One
show,
challenge.
Oh, shit, that scares me, but I'll do it. Aye.
We're doing it. Yeah.
Shit.
Fuck it.
Let's get aye.
Hey!
That scares the fuck out of me, but fuck it.
Good.
Aye.
What was my last one?
He's the expert. Not the
aye.
expert, but
I can't say it though.
why?
Ayahuasca. Is that right?
How can you not say it?
I just meant physically. I
Oh,
You
couldn't
can't
say it.
pronounce it.
Aye. You can do that. I want to do it again, so that's on mine.
Cool.
Can we add that on?
Right, so we'll get a wee Colombian guy on the podcast to pronounce
Perfect.
him.
I know a Colombian lady. She can come on. She
Brilliant.
can help us.
If anybody knows any shamans out there that live in Cumbernorth, maybe your neighbours are shaming.
Maybe.
Aye.
So my contact has been shared. What could that mean?
I'll see what I can do.
Aye.
But I'm going to go to bed now.
Right.
I appreciate you having me on.
Thanks
even
to our
though-
first guest.
Even if it was against my will.
Here's our first guest, Ainsley.
She said like she didn't want to come on now. You can't get her off now. She's like,
It's because I've got the hat on.
she's got a hat on. Like you stepped into the character now, haven't you? Like now I've been sacked from my own podcast.
At least you've got a wee beanbag.
You just wanted an excuse to sit in that beanbag, didn't you?
Right, so that's good. So remember writing them down. So so musical theatre.
Thanks for coming.
Musical
yeah.
theatre. What was the other one? Hot Wings Challenge. We'll do that as an episode. That'll be good fun.
And ayahuasca.
Because it's horrible with ayahuasca.
Well, you seem more freaked out by eating chicken wings than taking ayahuasca.
Aye. I'm kind of weird with food, man. I like see food things are fucking like I'm a weirdo. See if I get into somewhere I'm not sure. I need to know exactly what's in stuff.
Do you know what it's
Aye.
going to be in? Ainsley in her bed.
A good night, Ainsley. Good night,
See you
Ainsley.
soon.
See you later.
Love you.
So this is Ainsley's house. Right. Now, your house and all, Kris, aye, but it's actually Ainsley's
That's
house.
legally her house. I'm just a
Legally your
lodger.
house. You're a lodger, aye. So where was I, man?
You were a hair transplant.
All right, but I done do Dice Man, didn't I? So I like the idea of that. That scares me. So it could be one day. So it could be like a day. It has to be a day when I've got a few quid together. I just go right today. I'm going to do Dice Man.
Yeah. Would you do like a day of it at the Fringe? Do you get?
Could do.
I know you need to sort of at least show up to your shows and
Aye,
whatever,
aye,
but anything out with that.
Aye. And it doesn't need to be. It could be like right. So it could be like. Let's think about it. So say I've got a day.
You've
Right.
got a day.
I've got a day. I have 2 days of Dice Man. Right. So I've got so I need 6 things. So maybe going. I need 6 things, 6 places. 6 places I can go. So it could be go to the train station, go to the bus station.
Phone a taxi.
Could be for the taxi. Go to the airport. I'll get in the car.
Or go a big run.
Go a run or go a walk.
Yep.
So it could be like right through the dice. Like one is bus station, 2 is airport, 3 is train station, 4 is walk, something like that. So you have 6, and it could be like number 6. Just go to the pub. Just go to my local pub.
Aye.
Then you go there. You go to that place.
And then you get 6 more options to roll it again.
6 more options, and you could do it live. I need 6 things. What can I do? Get a pint.
Yeah, you could go on
Have a
TikTok or
Coca-Cola.
Instagram and get people
Have a Jaeger bomb. Ask that
to,
wee
black
dodge-
absinthe.
Take heroin. You could have like a Russian roulette version of it, so heroin's there. That's right.
Aye, like five
Aye, so
five reasonable drinks and then
5 reasonable drinks, or try heroin. Just try heroin.
You're going to have heroin as one option every time you roll it. Aren't you? Just this time, this is the one.
There's a Russian roulette. Then you say you go to the train station, platform 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 or 16.
Right.
That was 7 with it. It's a weird dice I've got, right? So you pick a train.
Yeah.
Then you go on the train and you go pick a stop.
Aye. But then you won't. Aye, I was going to say you won't know, but I just pick first stop, second stop, third
Aye,
stop.
aye. And if it's maybe 10 stops, you have to go second stop, fourth stop, and then you go there, and then you end up there, and then you pick things to do. And I just love the idea of that, and just whatever you have. And then I can maybe find somewhere to do a gig,
Aye, I know what you mean.
and then I can get to a pub, so just like do a gig in here. Ask to do a gig, get a pint.
Ask somebody in the audience if you can stay with them that night.
I might end up on a register for that kind of shit.
Not romantically, just like to keep
Alright,
the thing going to the next day.
Aye. Could be, aye.
Well, you could have options of what to do at night. Like 1 could be go home, 2 could be book a hotel,
Aye.
3 could be find somebody to let you go, to like just let you sleep on their couch. Another one,
Sleep in the train station.
aye, with a wee coffee cup.
Aye.
Aye, something like that.
So I just like the idea of that. So I want you to read so I've got the book, The Dice Man, again, and it was actually, who was it? Somebody, because it was years ago, I was talking about The Yes Man, which I love that book. I know you've seen the movie. The movie's good, but the book's brilliant.
Aye, I've not read the book.
Because the guy that wrote it, he's an English guy. I can't remember his name. No, wait a minute. This guy Wallace, I think his name is. But he actually done it. It was like it was a true story. He was just bored.
Let's see.
It was an actual true
Danny
story.
Wallace.
Danny Wallace, and he's wrote a few books based on just doing stuff like that.
Aye.
And he's got another one about starting a cult or something.
Let's see. Danny Wallace.
So Danny Wallace, he done one that was starting a cult. I don't know what much about what that's about.
Awkward situations for men. What not to do and how to do it. That sounds interesting.
Aye.
Danny Wallace. How I started my own cult.
Aye. So
Join Me, it's called.
aye. So is that a book?
Uh-huh.
I've not read that, so I quite read that. Just because we're doing this, I've actually thought about him again, and his story's brilliant. And I think he started it. I think kind of based on the book. It was a seminar he started off it.
Right.
That some guy was talking about just say yes to things, and then he started just going fuck it, and he was just saying yes to things. So I could do a yes man thing,
Aye, that sounds good.
as well. So that's I think that's everything so far. Oh, did they mention the backflip?
You didn't mention the backflip,
Aye, it actually went in there.
which has been on your mind for a long time.
Aye, no, I thought I wrote that down. So the backflip, right, I'll make that the last one, right. Doing a backflip has been on my brain for years, and I've got no idea why it's been on my brain. I have dreams that I'm doing backflips.
That's like me with Hawaii.
Is it?
Aye, I don't know why.
Why don't I go to Hawaii and do a backflip?
Off a surfboard.
Do a backflip in Hawaii, right? Aye, fuck it. And there'll be a video at some point of me on the beach doing a backflip.
Yeah.
And it fascinates me. I've got like, it's that bad. Like, I got like a 30, I've got like an app on here somewhere. It's how to do a backflip in 30 days.
I was going to say like the couch to 5K,
Aye.
but the backflip.
Right, so it's loads of exercises. Kind of I don't think I could do it in 30 days because I need my flexibility shite. But it gives you the kind of the basic kind of level
like
of
sort
fitness.
of practicing squatting.
Aye,
and then,
aye. So it's like kind of getting that part of your
your lower
back
back.
flexible.
Aye.
So even starting off with that, do that with your routine again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what they do is they teach you to kind of to start off to do like a kind of
A backwards cartwheel type thing.
aye, like you're kind of doing it with one hand, kind of flipping back, and that builds your confidence a wee bit.
Yeah.
And I think eventually you need something to do it to kind of what's the word? Somebody to spot you.
Aye.
So I need that because I'd break my neck. I'd maybe need to get a gymnast or something. Like somebody's an actual gymnast.
Get my sister. She's an expert.
Is she?
She's 10, but yeah.
All right, fair enough.
She does.
Aye.
She's
Oh, she do all that. She do a backflip then.
I don't. I would assume so. She does
Aye.
all sorts of like. She can do like cartwheels, one-handed
Aye.
cartwheels.
I know you see kids at that age
Like
doing that
we-
shit. You're like, fucking hell, man. You
And
see
like-
them.
And then every time I go over, she's like, "I've got a new trick to show you." She does all sorts, man.
Aye.
And I think she's only broke her arm twice, and I don't know.
Fuck's sake.
No, but I don't even think it was gymnastics related. Like one of them was falling out of bed.
Aye.
Like, she used to have a bed that was like kind of high up, and I think like one night she was getting out to go to the toilet and fell down and broke her arm.
So she could do somersaults and backflips and shit, but
Just
she
kinda get
fell
out of
out of
bed.
bed. Can't it? Fucking hell.
Aye, we'll do a video of her teaching you to do some kind of
Aye, that'd be
gymnastics.
funny. Aye, that'd be funny. But no, it's definitely something that's fucking. It's almost a bit an obsession that's in my brain. I still dream about it all the time. That I feel as if like, that I'm actually doing them, and I actually believe that I've done it. And I wake up and go, that was a fucking dream again. But I just have that idea of that first time that I do a backflip.
Do you only want to do it once, or do you want it
don't
to be
know.
a thing that you could just do any time?
I'd like to do, and it was like, see, a few years ago, right? It was like a. So I want to put this in as well. Do a handstand again.
I did
Right.
a handstand on holiday, but it was at the bottom of the pool. Does that count?
Well, kind of it is. So I did that a couple of years ago, right? So see, about maybe 4 years ago, I was actually doing a personal trainer thing with a guy. He was a what's the word?
Boxer.
I was a kind of he done pad work maybe and stuff, right? So he done a personal, but he done. I used to go to a morning thing with him. Done pad work and stuff. Jamie McKenzie, he might do the podcast. And I says I want to do a backflip, and he was like, all right, well, can I get you? He was trying to get me. So he taught me to do a handstand,
Right.
which I could do years ago when I was a kid, but it took me months, and eventually I could do a handstand.
Fair enough.
I was against the wall, but you know, I actually worked at it for months, and I was practicing my balls off, and it took me ages, and I was doing it, and I was trying to do it, and I was doing videos of me trying to do this. I couldn't do it. I was getting up. I was just when they get it. Was one day I just cracked it. I was like, fucking yes, but I couldn't do it now. So I need to build it up again.
Yeah.
And it was just see that when I got it, I was like, fucking. I just get that kind of sense that I actually got it done. But then once I'd done it, I kind of went, all right, I've done it now, and I stopped doing it.
Aye.
So I've lost that kind of fitness. So I'd love to do that again. So that's back on it. Do a handstand again.
Good stuff.
And it took ages, man. It took ages. And I think there was like I remember going on Facebook. There was like one of my pals on Facebook, a girl comedian. She's like, "Oh, but you just do this." And she went up and fucking done it. She showed me the videos. I think things like that are easier for girls, aren't they?
Well, she's probably somebody like my sister that's been doing it her whole life.
Aye,
and just
aye,
has
aye.
always been able to do it, you know?
Aye, sometimes people are just built differently. Although I can run and I can like do weights and all that. Like she just went, all you need to do is this. And I went, I know what you need to do, but my body's not letting me do it. And there's a slight fear as well.
Oh, aye.
Because you kind of fear of falling, and you know. So I need to build that up again. I want to do that again.
I was a wee bit like that for a while with Rubik's Cubes. I wanted to be able to solve a Rubik's
Oh,
Cube.
fucking aye, that's
And
on
I-
mine as well.
And I did. I learned it.
Aye,
Like, there's the different wee patterns
aye,
that you learn.
aye.
And I got dead good at it. And a bit like that, like I learned to do it, and I was like, that's me learning to do it. And then I kind of forgot, because
Aye.
you need to kind of do it regularly to be able to remember all the different patterns. Like I'd had it.
Aye.
It was just off YouTube.
How long
videos.
did it take to learn?
Not long, to be fair. It was a specific video I found on YouTube that
Aye,
made it quite easy.
aye.
Just with the patterns that it teaches you, and it was like you kind of figure out the.
And you get the
you do it.
crosses first, don't you? Or the corners
That's
first.
one way to do it. I just did it like row by row. So I started with the bottom, and
Aye.
then kind of the middle one. There's just different patterns to learn. To
All
get
right,
each
so
bit.
I could get one side dead easy. The
Like I can do that now, but if I watch this video a couple of times, it would probably come back to me the patterns because I got quite good at it.
So you do it like you do it in three sections.
Aye, so
Basically.
I do the bottom line, then the
the middle bit,
middle, and then the top
aye,
one.
middle all the way around, then the top one.
Well, the top one, I think I do the cross first on the top, and then just the corners. But yeah,
Aye, all right.
but aye, I need to try it again. But I got really good at it, and then I remember like where was I? I was at somebody's house, and they had a Rubik's Cube, and
Aye.
I done it, and they were like, "Have you done that?" And I was like, "I just learned a wee
Aye,
while ago." And
aye.
then they were like, "No, I don't believe you." I was like, "Well, you saw me do it. You can shuffle it up again, and I'll do it." And I done it.
Did
And
they
they
think
were-
you sneaked away and stuck all the stickers on?
Aye,
Aye,
probably
aye.
something like that.
Kai Humphries is fucking class at the Rubik's Cube. He used
Is
to
he?
be able to do that. I mean, that kind of gig more with him years ago before he got all famous and that. It was like wee gigs. You see, just do my Rubik's Cube and just do it.
Aye. That's if you want to be able to do it all the time, I think that's what you need to do. Have it with you all the time. I know he travels all the time. And he's maybe just got one in his bag for when he's on planes and that. But.
So I think I've got one somewhere. So not me, right? Let me think. Right, see for the next podcast, right? Why don't the two is try and learn the Rubik's Cube?
We're going to race.
You'll probably win because you already know how to do it, right? But see, I'll see if I can challenge myself to do the Rubik's Cube.
Aye.
Right. And one more, actually, I've thought of one more. I don't know if I wrote it down. Learn Mandarin.
It's a bit of a task, that one.
I know.
I know we said it's got negative connotations to calling something a task, but by that I just meant like it's not like a Rubik's Cube and you can come into the next podcast and do it in Mandarin. I think that'll happen.
I'll do that.
Have you seen that guy that does the videos?
The guy that does the videos. That guy.
He's like fluent in Mandarin and he goes into like I think he's American, but he's learned Mandarin and all sorts of different dialects of various languages. So he goes to like Chinatown in New York.
Aye.
And into all the proper wee Chinese restaurants.
Aye.
And he'll go in and like with his American voice and he'll like say, "Can I have a seat?" And they come in and then when the thingy comes over, when the waitress or whatever comes over, he orders in like perfect Mandarin.
Aye.
They always look at him like, what's going on here? They've never seen like a white guy.
A white guy
Mandarin
don't know that well. Aye, but they probably respect that though, wouldn't they? Aye.
Or sometimes like you see people talking about him, like because he'll go in speaking English for a wee bit, and then you'll see some guy being like, "What's this idiot doing in here with a video camera?"
Aye.
And then in Mandarin he'll turn around and say, "Do you like my video camera?" or something.
Aye.
But he started doing it in all sorts. He'll learn like languages and dialects that are spoken by like tiny tribes that only maybe only 100 people in the world can speak, and he's like perfected them. It's good. So
he's one of these guys about a genius when it comes to languages.
He must be. He's like I think Mandarin was like the first one he did, and he's kind of. I think he's got to the point where he's been to like all these places in New York, and he can't do videos anymore because they all know he does it. He started doing different languages.
That's a cheeky wee cunt. Is that be handy in like working in a lot of the warehouses? Like you get loads of Polish guys and all that.
Yeah.
If you're in a corner, here all the Polish guys slagging you off. Hey, you cunt! I can hear you. It's like that.
There's a couple of Polish guys working Ainsley's work, and she says like all their guys in Glasgow like teach them Polish words. There's like a Polish guy in there whose like favourite word is bampot or something.
I learned to swear. I think they taught me to swear. I can't remember what it was, but some of them told me how to swear in Polish. Can't remember what it was. Can't remember. I don't know. Anyway,
is that your list one?
I think so. Aye, that's the new.
As we say, it's always forever changing and updating.
Aye. So acting classes. So learn the guitar. Get out more. Aye. So there's a few there. Aye. So that's it. Is that the end of episode 5?
It looks like it. I think it's another long one. I think we're about the same.
Was that about an hour and a half again? Aye. And we got a special guest. We had officially our first guest.
Our first guest against her own will in her jammies.
I know, but she sat down and she got into the zone there. Yeah. I thought she was going to be another half an hour. And then start telling you, and another thing, you need to tidy that man cave of yours, you prick.
Listen, if she'd stayed 5 more minutes, that would have been.
Aye, that'd come in. And maybe the podcast with you two having a domestic, I'd be like, I'll just sneak away here, lads.
Sit in my beanbag.
Aye.
No, we'll get her on another time to kind of properly talk about it, and we'll do the chicken hot wings challenge.
Man, that scares me, aye, but we'll do that.
I'm scared of the hot wings.
It does, man. No, it does. I don't like.
Is it chicken on the bone that freaks you out?
No. I love chicken.
Is it the hotness?
The hotness, aye. I love chicken. I'd quite happily eat chicken wings all day.
Would you rather, so like I know you know the format of hot ones is they start with the least spicy ones and work their way up. Would you rather do that, or would you rather do the wing roulette where you just get a plate and you don't know what one's hot?
Oh no, man, I don't know. I know it scares me either way. I don't know, but
well, we're doing it because fuck it.
Fuck it. Aye.
He said it.
Right, I know that's good because that's sometimes part of the fuck it thing is something you wouldn't normally do, but somebody else suggests it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's where the magic is, because you can never go, all right, okay, that's not something I've never thought of, but let's do it to see where we end up.
You might end up loving spicy chicken wings.
Aye, I think that's.
You also might end up spewing, but either way is good.
Aye, it'd be good viewing, I know. And I guess I don't like milk, so I can't eat. What do I need to eat? What can I can't eat? What do I need for?
I mean, I think they just recommend water, to be honest. I know they always have milk on the thing. But
milk, I hate milk, man. See, look, that's me getting scared already. I was like, no.
What about ice cream?
My ice cream maybe be alright. I know that's just like milk, but ice cream might work for me, aye. And that'd be good for it, wouldn't it?
I would imagine.
I just got a tub of vanilla.
Is that your go-to flavour?
Oh, I am bored as fuck. Like, aye. There's something. See if I get into. Like, I don't eat loads of ice cream. I try to not to eat too much dairy because my skin flares up a wee bit. Right?
There's the voice again.
It does. The day I've got like I need to kind of stay away from dairy. I get kind of red skin sometimes, and it's dairy that does it. So I kind of don't eat too much yet. But it's always, see if I get to like an ice cream shop and there's all these fancy flavours. I'll be there for ages going, what's Ferrero Rocher? That looks nice. And I'm like, what's that one? Chocolate, Nutella, all right, banana. I'll be there for ages ago. Just give me some vanilla, please.
My papa's like that, but he doesn't even consider the other options. If there's ice cream for him, it's just vanilla.
Aye.
It's the only one there is.
It's got I love chocolate and I love ice cream, but chocolate ice cream I can't be arsed with it. I just like somebody gave me it and it was all that was going. I'd eat it. I was like, it doesn't really work for me.
Like, well, we'll get you some good old plain vanilla ice cream for the hot wing challenge.
Aye. That's all. Vanilla, maybe banana. No, it's great. Vanilla's the best. Don't know why.
Not a banana. I like bananas, but I don't like banana flavoured things.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
I am wrong about what I feel.
Aye, you're wrong.
Anyway, remember.
Do you ever go to like? Sorry.
Going to plug the socials and all that, but aye, on you go.
Do you ever had Subway sandwiches and somebody's before you and you're judging their choices?
Unless they get something really strange.
Aye, if they're getting olives and all that.
That's what I was going. A piece of olives.
Where the fuck? I was that fucking. You're disgusting. I judge them on what they're getting.
Like I'm not when I
get. They're tutting fucking olives. Olives with chicken. You're weirdo.
Like when I get a Subway, the only salad I get is lettuce, cucumber, and sometimes peppers.
Oh, peppers! You're wrong with that. No, you're wrong with your banana flavour and peppers.
But, when Ainsley gets Subway, she gets all the salad apart from olives and onions.
I'm almost the same.
Oh,
almost.
What
so
else?
I'll get all the salad apart from peppers,
right,
and olives. And fuck sweet corn as well.
I'm on the fuck sweet corn boat as well.
I like sweet corn, but not in a sandwich.
I don't like it at all.
So peppers, no peppers, well, no olives, everything else.
And the sweet corn.
It's not all of them have sweet corn though. So,
all right, okay.
Aye.
Well, maybe one day we'll have a Subway in here. Who knows?
Maybe aye.
Hey, as I was saying, remembering. Well, first write into us if you've got your fuck it list or stuff you want us to do. Email is obiepodcast@gmail.com, and we've got all the usual social media on the screen. We've got Instagram.
Oh, I got it on the screen. That's amazing. It's there. Where is it? Is it there? Am I pointing at it?
Depends. I mean, I can make it point at it. Just keep your finger.
Can you move it about?
I could, but it's a shift, so just keep your finger still.
Move it about. No. Just for that once. Move it about.
Right, okay. I'm going to charge you extra for that.
Oh shit! Right. I'll buy you a pint.
No, I'll take it. Aye. Socials, my socials, your socials.
And remember, I'll be doing at this point, January, maybe February. This is maybe February now.
Yep.
I'll be doing some solo shows. So my plan is part of the fucking list is set myself up loads of venues from February to May next year or this year, whatever this is, 2024. Yeah. So if you want to buy a ticket, there'll be details of that somewhere as well on my socials. On Obie Comedian, but he'll put up on my socials. You can come and see me. I'd appreciate you come and see me because I'm so lonely. Come and see me.
There's the wee voice again.
There's the wee voice again. Right.
We'll see you next week, okay?
See you next week. Cheers. Cheerio.